Time now, 12:49. It's also time to get your money right, and we're talking today about building your net worth. CPA Kimberly Washington is here with 5 steps that can actually help your personal wealth soar.
Yes.
So Kimberly, let's get it started. Let's start with tip number 1.
So tip number 1 is consider purchasing a home. And sometimes we hear some people say, hey, should I do it or should I not? But in the long run, especially with real estate, usually in most cases, the appreciation will appreciate over time. So you want to consider purchasing a home and look for one that's on sale, I like to say, because that way you can have instant equity in your home too as well.
Yeah, you're starting with the hardest one first there. What's your tip number 2?
Tip number 2, the next thing that you want to do is make certain that you're saving some money, even if it's a small amount of money. Use that money for emergency funds or whatever the case may be, because you know that a rainy day must come, but that can also increase your wealth too as well.
It's every little bit, the power of compounding, they say, right?
That's correct.
Number 3.
Number 3, we're talking about investing. When you're thinking about your retirement, start as early as possible, because if you start in your 20s, you can go a long way. And you may not have to save as much if you get started within your 40s or whatever the case may be. So start building your wealth by if you get that first job, make certain that you start saving that money for retirement on day 1.
That's right. You get the first job, you're an adult, you start saving immediately.
Yes.
All right. Tip number 4.
Tip number 4, next thing you want to do is also reduce your debt. Put a plan in place, something that you can think about as far as reducing the amount of debt or eliminating the debt. Write down all of your debts. I always say from the highest interest rate to the lowest interest rate, and try to tackle the highest interest rates first, because those amounts would actually cost you more holding on to it in the long run. So start looking at that too as well to reduce your debt and also increase your wealth too.
And for the final tip.
The final thing, I would say, leave a legacy. So whatever it is that you're thinking about doing, whether it's writing that book, starting that business, or even just taking a simple step today of purchasing a life insurance plan, make certain that you're leaving something behind for your children. And always say a good man leaves a good inheritance to his children's children. So that's something that you want to think about too as well.
I like that. Leave a legacy. Those are the 5 tips. Of course, we're going to put all this on our website. But before we leave, we got a bonus tip for you. We like to call it our Kim Sense. What's the Kim Sense for the day?
Definitely when it comes to saving, so many people say I have a hard time saving, but that shouldn't be the case with one of the things that you can do if you automatically set up your savings. Even if you did something as small as $50 a week, you can have about $2,400 saved within a year. So you want to start off small. Even if you can't afford 50, start for something smaller than that, but start doing something today.
Every little bit counts.
Yes.
Kimberly, thank you for joining us. See you here next week.
Thank you.